The Polestar 4 is a very good, even great electric car in some aspects. It is a car I like very much. I think it is priced very well. I think it gets very good range. I think it looks great. It's good to drive, but by no means is it perfect. So in this video, I'm going to talk about the 5 things I hate about the new Polestar 4.
Kempower offers some of the best DC fast chargers in the world with their unique, sleek, and modern load balancing charging satellites. The small satellites translates to spacious and airy charging locations. When you as a user roll up to a Kempower charging station, you don't have to think about connecting to a charger that delivers the correct speed for your car. The Kempower load balancing chargers automatically will allocate the correct power to your car, maximizing the charging speed for the whole site. When connected, Kempower chargers have a QR code you can scan, and this way you can easily monitor your charging session remotely regardless of payment method. This is just super cool. A huge thanks to my friends at Kempower in Finland for sponsoring this video.
The first thing I want to talk about in this video is the single most frustrating thing about this car, the biggest single most frustrating thing about this car, which is it's terrible and shocking, but there's an upside, and that is I have spoken to the engineering team at Polestar, like face to face. I actually met them here last week and I talked about this problem extensively. They know about the problem and it is going to be fixed in a software update rolling out hopefully in a week or 2 at the time this video is uploaded. So by the time you're watching this video, this hopefully has been fixed and addressed. But like with every software update out there, they're not perfect, so it remains to be seen how good the update is. But my biggest complaint about this car, which I absolutely hate, and for me, per now is actually a deal breaker, you know, where if I were to buy this car, like a Polestar 4, I wouldn't because of this issue. And that is how the adaptive cruise control and pilot assist system works in this car. So first off, there's a lag while activating it. Like you activate it, and then, for example, if you're in one pedal driving mode, so say you're going 120 kilometers an hour, you activate it, and then just your natural reflex is to go off the throttle. But because there's a delay, sometimes it's like half a second, but other times it's like 2 seconds, the car brakes because you're in one pedal driving mode. And then you're going 120, but suddenly because you go up the throttle, you're going 110 or 105. That's just dangerous, and that's just annoying and very unrefined. But when it is actually activated, you can't toggle between pilot assist, which is auto steer, and just a normal adaptive cruise control like you can in other Polestars, where you can toggle right and left, on and off. You can't. You have to cancel it completely, and then you have to activate the other one if you want to switch between the systems. And when you're in pilot assist, you have to use the auto lane changing feature, which doesn't work all the time. Half of the time I've been using the car, it doesn't work. So you activate the lane change by, activating the blinker, and then it just cancels immediately. And then it just sticks to the lane. So you have to, tug the car out of the lane to change lanes. So that means I don't use pilot assist in this car. I've driven this car 1,000 kilometers on the motorway, and I just prefer driving it without the auto steer functionality. But if that wasn't enough, the single biggest thing about how it works in this car is that it's so sensitive to cars in the other lane. So you're in the left lane, you're going again 120 kilometers an hour, there's a truck in the right lane, maybe the truck's going 190 or 80 or even slower, and then you're just, minding your own business. The car clearly in the display shows that that truck in the right lane is in the right lane and you're in the left lane. And then it just, bam, slams on the brakes, you're down to 80 kilometers an hour, and you're just, seconds away from somebody rear-ending you. It's not only annoying and you can't trust it, it's dangerous. So, I'm passionate about this because I've driven this car a lot, and this is the first press car available here in Norway. So this is early production, early software, and that they have assured me that they are well aware of these issues and it is going to be addressed very, very soon. But yeah, I hate that about this car. The up button here on the left D-pad doubles as a button to turn on and off one pedal drive. So if you look at the icon here in the center console, center screen, when you press this, it goes on and off, which Actually is a smart idea. I like the fact that you have a physical button to turn on and off one pedal drive, because people like to have choices, and I commend, you know, physical buttons. As many as possible is like my base philosophy. But the issue with this specific car is that, as I talked about, the ADAS, the adaptive cruise control, or the adaptive safety systems, are slow to engage when you turn them on. So the sequence is usually like this, where you activate the adaptive cruise control or pilot assist, and you want to increase the speed or decrease the speed. And sometimes if you press this and then you increase the speed, you actually deactivate one pedal drive before the car is quick enough to engage adaptive cruise control because of that delay. And you're not, you know, constantly looking over here while driving. So sometimes you're just, you know, driving for 20 minutes or maybe like half an hour or an hour on adaptive cruise control, and then you want to cancel it. Either you touch the brake or you know, press the cancellation button here on the steering wheel, and then the car keeps just coasting, like it keeps rolling the same speed, and you're like, what's going on? And that's kind of a safety issue, the car not behaving as you think it's going to behave. Because, you know, when I'm in one pedal drive mode in a car, I'm in one pedal drive mode in that car. I expect the car to, you know, react the same way every time. And turning it off by accident, not realizing you turn it off, can, you know, create accidents and dangerous situations, which it has with me in this car. And yeah, that's something I absolutely hate. This car being a base version, it doesn't have the upgraded Harman Kardon sound system, which I've actually listened to, and I think it is very good. This has the base sound system, and it's not very good. It's actually one of the worst bass sound systems I've heard in a while. And when I'm using the built-in Spotify, the volume doesn't go loud enough. I tried this with Bluetooth, connecting my phone, it goes louder, but with the built-in Spotify or using Apple CarPlay, it just doesn't go loud enough. Like even going on the motorway, like listening to a podcast or listening to a song, you don't get a high enough volume to drown out an otherwise very quiet cabin, which makes it even more, you know, apparent that it doesn't go very loud. So just quick sample there. This is not a copyright-free song, so like, it's not good. That's like the loudest it goes, and yeah, that's terrible. That's not gonna fly in 2024, even in a bass sound system. The Polestar 4 is equipped with a key and also a digital key on your phone. I haven't set up the phone, I've only been using the physical key. But the thing about this physical key, it has no buttons, and walking up to the car, sometimes, actually more often than not, it doesn't respond immediately. I found myself, you know, pouring down with rain, not being able to get into the car because the car not responding to the key, and there's no buttons to unlock it. So the key is in my pocket and the car isn't unlocking. It should unlock. Yeah, it's not always working. Sometimes, more often than not, I have to put the key up to the sensor here on the B pillar, and that just neglects the whole point of having a key with no buttons when it doesn't work half of the time. The new Polestars and Volvo now have this single stalk on the left side of the steering wheel, where the right stalk is the gear selector. So functions like, you know, your blinkers, your lights, your wipers is now in one stalk rather than two stalks. And you know, that may simplify things, but it also complicates things, because things you use a lot here in the Nordics and in Scandinavia and other parts of Northern Europe where we have bad weather like half of the year, you want to activate your wipers, and that's fine. You can, you know, go once to go into auto, one more to go into setting 1 or setting 3. But what you really want to do is, once in auto mode, you want to adjust your sensitivity, because, you know, these automatic wipers don't always work perfectly. You can't do that on that stock. And like in a Tesla, or unlike in a Tesla, where once you know, hit that, you know, auto function, you get a pop-up in the main screen where you can choose the sensitivity. But in this car you can't. You have to go into this menu, and then you have to go into, let's see, is that interior? And then it's, no, is it assist or is it drive? Like, I can't even find it. Interior, adjust seats, ambience, lights, screens, wireless. Where is it? Shortcuts. Drive. Like, you get the idea. Like, of course, like, I haven't used it a lot because, you know, either the weather has been good or has been real. There we go. Exterior and then wipers. Auto sensitive and then auto sensitivity options. Like that's, and then you could do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, or 7. Yeah, that should be a pop-up every time, you know, toggle into auto like on a Tesla. Yeah, I hate that. That's like, now in summer it's fine, but in winter I'm pretty sure that would annoy the heck out of me. So there we go, guys. Those are the 5 things I hate about the Polestar 4. And just to be clear, I like this car a lot. It is a very good car in many ways. And most of the issues I've talked about in today's video will and can be addressed in a future update. So by the time you're watching this video, some of these issues, if not all of them, may actually have been resolved. So just to be sure and to be on the safe side, I would highly recommend you guys to go out and test drive a Polestar 4 for yourself and see if these issues still remain, because if they don't, well, then this list is a lot shorter. So I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, please drop me a thumbs up down below, and for more car content, as always, please subscribe. See you guys later and goodbye.